Hi guys, and welcome to the top 10 lucky and unluckiest moments in Terraria, and this is the beginning of a new series where players can submit their own pictures and videos to be showcased on the channel. Every week we're going to be taking a look at a new subject such as top 10 houses or top 10 creations, and the first two videos are going to be looking at lucky and unlucky moments such as things to do with world generation. To find out the topic of the next top 5 or top 10 video and how you can submit your own creations to potentially get featured, watch until the end of the video and there will be instructions on how to get featured. Until then, I hope you enjoy the countdown. Coming in at number 10, we have Epic Narvik 97, who when creating his world he discovered that he had 7 wooden chests at his spawn. As you can see, I highlighted 3 wooden chests to the left, and on his right side you can see an additional 4 chests that were next to his spawn. Now I don't know about you guys, but I'm lucky to get even 1 chest at my spawn. So that was insane luck, and good job on the find, Epic Narvik. That is indeed an epic find. At number 9, we have a simple picture by the level 100 Feraligator, and what you're looking at is loot from a Queen Bee treasure bag. As you can see, Feraligator got the axe and a developer armor set at the same time from a single treasure bag, and the odds of this happening is 1 in 1000. To be even more specific, the odds of getting red developer armor and the axe at the same time is over 1 in 10,000. Which is absolutely crazy luck by Feraligator, so good job. At number 8, we have Grub, who upon creating his new hardcore character, he discovered that his spawn point was up in the sky. This is so unfortunate because you're so likely to die when you jump off the cloud and onto the ground, and unfortunately Grub did not survive the leap of faith and his hardcore character perished. At number 7, we have What the Puck PT, who when creating his new world, he found an underworld cavern on the overworld next to his spawn. I have no idea how this happened, but some people speculate there must be a floating island above the cavern, because this will trick the game into thinking that there's land above it, which could explain why we have a cavern on the surface. At number 6, we have Triple X Elite Triple X, who is fighting the Moon Lord, and that is pretty normal in its own right, but he has 2 events happening at the same time, the Goblin Army and the Blood Moon. The Moon Lord is hard enough without having to think about the extra monsters from the Blood Moon, and even the Goblin Army if you are on the floor. I've never seen that happen before, so that is very unlucky, Triple X Elite. I hope you manage to kill the Moon Lord anyway. Next up is Srith, who seems to have the largest dungeon spawn ever. I have never seen a dungeon this big, and usually I get dungeons that are quite small, so I was really surprised when I saw this dungeon. I didn't realize they could get so big. This dungeon spans all the way from the top of the world to the bottom, and that is such a large dungeon, Srith, and good job on the find. Number 4 is Lootrix, who was very unlucky with his world generation, as the entirety of his spawn, except for a single tree, was submerged in water. I feel so bad for that tree because it's all on its own and it's completely surrounded by water. This kind of reminds me of the Minecraft Survival Island series, where you had to survive on a patch of land and you could not go in the water. Maybe somebody should make that for Terraria. In number 3, we have Spencer Bro 12, who had a very unlucky incident of the meteorite crashing down a 2-block wide miner shaft and into a pyramid. If this happened on my world, I would have never have found it because it crashed down such a small place. The odds of a meteorite crashing down a 2-block wide miner's shaft is astronomical. I guarantee that Spencer would have looked for a very long time to find this meteorite because it's in such a strange place. And that is why that takes the number 3 spot. At number 2 we have I14D14, who has a dungeon up in the sky. And you may be wondering, how high is this dungeon? And let me tell you, it's very high because it's touching a floating island. I've seen a few world generations where the dungeon's a bit higher than normal, but this takes the cake for dungeons that are simply too high in the sky. It must be literally at the top of the world if it's touching a floating island, and that is why I14 takes the number 2 spot. And finally, in number 1, we have JMC Da Boss, who discovered that his dungeon is completely blocked off by demon altars. For those that don't know, you cannot destroy demon altars until you are in hard mode, so JMC Da Boss cannot break the altars to get into the dungeon. Fortunately, it is possible to mine the bricks using a corruption pickaxe or better, but that was one of the unluckiest pictures I have ever seen, so that is why JMC Da Boss gets the #1 spot. That's all for today's video, guys. Be sure to leave a like and a favourite if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more of these videos. And the subject for next week's video is going to be houses. So if you guys want to potentially be featured on the top 5 houses in Terraria, then be sure to build the best house you possibly can and email screenshots of the creation to topterraria@hotmail.com. I will be rating the top 5 houses, and the lucky 5 people who build the best houses will be featured in next week's video. Please read the rules in the description if you're going to take part in this competition, and I really hope to see some awesome designs. So you good builders out there, get building. I want to see some amazing houses, and I know a lot of you guys will be capable of doing that. So thank you for watching, I look forward to the entries, and I'll see you guys later.